Welcome to Hampden Park for the closing stages of the 1989 Skull Cup. The last two finals between Rangers and Aberdeen have been classics. Will the teams meet yet again? Dunfermline without a major trophy for 21 years, and Celtic bidding for their 20th final bar the way.
Holding off O'Boyle to find Monroe. Played on there by McCoist for Johnston. Here's McCoist again. Now Trevor Stephen! Walters making for the byline. Well, a misunderstanding there. Played back in by Wilkins. Westwater scrambling across his goal. Stevens inside. Here's Stephen. Now Goff. There's Johnston! The flying header for Rangers second. Here's Gary Stevens. Delicate ball inside. Here's Johnston. There's McCoist. And that was a classic. There's McCoist nodding it on. Tierney had to be careful. Well, that's great play by Stephen. Here's Maurice Johnston. They're queuing up in the middle. McCoist made it. And once again, Johnston plays a vital role in the build-up. Now Johnston. Stevens making for the byline. Here's Johnston dropping in deep. Angle cross, kept in by Walters. Ian Ferguson. Superbly drilled home by Ferguson. 2 minutes from the end.
Jimmy Bett back towards Alec McLeish. Big international defender looks up. Picks out Brian Grant. Back towards Ian Cameron. Half chance. Oh, great strike! And Aberdeen are in front. Really good build-up from the Dons. Alec McLeish, the perfect ball forward, laid down neatly by Brian Grant. And Ian Cameron, a finish to remember. So for the third year in a row, it's Rangers against Aberdeen in the Skull Cup final. Let's join our match commentators Ian St John and Jock Brown.
All the questions answered now. Ian McCall and John Brown are on the bench. Ian Ferguson, wearing number 8, will play in midfield. So the team on very familiar lines. Mark Walters also fit to play wide on the left. In the front two, Ali McCoist and Mo Johnston. So there's Ali McCoist. He's a record breaker in the Skull Cup so far. He leads with 5 goals in the competition. That will get him a Caribbean holiday if it stays that way. There's his record. 9 goals this season in all, and looking for his 6th Skull Cup winners medal. And Ian Ferguson must represent something of a gamble for Rangers this afternoon. He hasn't played since being injured about 3 weeks ago. 22-year-old with 3 caps. There's that transfer fee when he came to Rangers from St Mirren nearly 2 years ago. Well, Aberdeen manager Alex Smith had lots of considerations about his lineup, and he's left Brian Irvine alongside Willem van der Ark on the bench. Brian Grant wears number 4 to play in the middle of the field alongside Jim Bett, Paul Mason and Robert Connor, and young Ian Jess is selected to play up front. So there's Charlie Nicholas. So he is anxious to break his scoring duck. He hasn't scored this season at all, which is really quite remarkable. He did score in a League Cup final way back in 1981 for Celtic. Nicholas, a key man up front, and his striking partner this afternoon, the youngest player on the field. He was signed for Rangers before being released and then going up to Aberdeen. 18 years old, he won't be 19 until December, starting only his 8th first-team match. The referee, one of Scotland's most experienced officials, 46-year-old civil servant from Edinburgh, George Smith, who handled last year's final with such calmness and authority. He was in charge of the Celtic Rangers Cup final of 1980 and the Celtic Dundee United final of 1988. So a very experienced match official. So the opening stage of the match sure to be crucial. Aberdeen still smarting after that 3-1 defeat against Aberdeen in the league 8 days ago. at Pittodrie. And Rangers coming to this match after a good victory against Dundee United in the league. So a tremendous build-up of noise around Hampden. 63,000 people waiting for referee George Smith to get the 44th League Cup final underway. So a calm check around the stadium. The referee checks with his linesman. It's Aberdeen who'll start the match. And it's back with Brian Grant. Johnston making a challenge. Just a bit of involvement here for Chris Woods. He'll relish this early touch of the ball after his shoulder injuries earlier in the season. Missed 8 matches so far for Rangers. He's going up with Johnston. Here's David Robertson. Nicholas through the middle on his own for the moment. Supported there by Mason. Goff's interception. There's Ferguson and Walters. And Ferguson relishing being involved very early on. Linking here with Walters. McCoy sends it back. There's Stuart Monroe. Wilkins to Goff. Wilkins and Ferguson are the central midfield players for Rangers. Stephen on the right, Walters on the left. And Jim Bett lays it back calmly to Alec McLeish. Hugh Snelders calling for a touch of the ball. Goalkeeper's always anxious to get that first touch. Alec McLeish calming things down at the back for Aberdeen. Gary Stevens wins that high ball, but he's been given a free kick for the challenge made by young Ian Jess. A man with a very bright future in the game, but what a major occasion this is for him, a day he'll never forget. Goff plays it forward. There's Johnston with the layoff. He was taken late by Willie Miller. Well, the referee keeping a very tight grip on things because he could have allowed the advantage rule, and Willie Miller's little outburst there being picked up by the referee. Referee George Smith stamping his authority on the match very early on. And it's Wilkins with a free kick. Goff has gone forward, so has Butcher. It's Johnston who gets the touch. And behind for the Aberdeen goal kick. All a bit tense and nervous early on, Ian.
Well, both teams are feeling each other out at this particular stage, but I think Rangers, you know, have got to think of other ways of getting the ball up to McCoy and Johnson other than knocking long balls, which I have seen them do this season, and I don't think it's a good ploy at all. I think they've got to play through midfield and then give the boys a better service.
Willie Miller going across the bows of McCoist. Here's Mason. Nicholas with a return pass. He was taken late by Goff. Very hefty challenge there on Charlie Nicholas by Richard Goff after he released a very fine pass to Jim Bett. Well, this is certainly not messing about, that's for sure. There's Nicholas laying off the pass and taking that thumping challenge late from Goff. Great play by Jess. Well, that'll give him a great boost to his confidence. Long ball forward from Bett. And a good leap and fine header by Richard Goff. Very encouraging bit of play that from Ian Jess.
Looks a talented young boy. I hope he settles into the game well and we see his talents today. It is a big occasion for him, but I mean, he's got some very good players around him, and Aberdeen play good football. You know, they play good studied football, so he should get plenty of service.
David Robertson stepping in, cutting off that pass intended for Johnston. The referee wants the throw taken, several yards further back. Robertson with a header. The Rangers continuing to press on the right flank. Gary Stevens capable of a long throw. Butcher has gone into the box. Target there was Butcher, there he goes. And Walters almost get in there. Well, the Aberdeen Players upset about that challenge by Walters, but Stuart McKimmie here is almost penalised for waiting for the ball to reach him. Just look at this, and Walters it was who stepped in. Had to be turned away by McLeish. Well, it could have been costly for Aberdeen. Ball taken by Stephen. Towards Wilkins. That was well read by Bett. And a fine pass. Here's Nicholas. Tried to play that through the legs of Stevens. The layoff from McCoy is taken from the back by Willie Miller. The free kick to Rangers. Well, they're still really waiting for the play to settle down, and referee Smith is doing all he can to ensure that things remain calm out there. McCoist looking for space. It's Gary Stevens with the free kick. Bringing it in low towards McCoist. Fine piece of play that. The rehearsed move. Richard Gough with the layoff, trying to return the ball to McCoist.
Well, Rangers, obviously with the big fellas up there, normally knock the ball high, so they've come up with a little idea and it almost worked for them.
Well, pass back there from Stuart Monroe. Getting off the head of McLeish. There's David Robertson. Walters holding off McKimmie. Paul Mason wins it for Aberdeen. Now Nicholas coming deep. Giving a difficult ball there to Bett, who was fouled by Ferguson. Free kick already taken by Aberdeen. Across it goes to David Robertson. Here's Jess. That's good control. Good tackle by Gough. Now Wilkins. Well read by Connor. Wilkins involved again. Playing with lots of energy and enthusiasm in midfield, Ray Wilkins. Speculation about his Rangers career coming to an end. And he's certainly got his mind on the job this afternoon. There's Gough. Clearance by Miller. Here's Jess. That's good play. Here's Jim Bett. Running at the Rangers defence. Looking for a free kick. He thought he was impeded there by Butcher. The referee had a very good view of that and disagreed. Bett trying to use his acceleration from midfield. He had no support. Well, that's great play by Walters. He's away from McKimmie. Johnston and McCoist waiting in the middle. Trevor Stephen arriving late. There's McCoist. Well tackled by McLeish. Superb piece of defending there by McLeish. And Monroe did enough with that interception to concede the throw to Aberdeen.
Well, Mark Walters looks to be on form this afternoon, and he's been giving McKimmie a bit of trouble down that side, and I think if Rangers, could get the ball out to him, we could see something happening from that left wing.
So the throw on the far side taken by Jim Bett for Aberdeen. This is McLeish. And Robertson. Connor has come to the left touchline ahead of Robertson. It was intended for Nicholas. Won by Ferguson for Wilkins. That's good play at midfield from Rangers. Looking for Mo Johnston with the pass. And a bit of interplay there of Ollie Wilkins and Stephen, looking promising for Rangers for a moment. Marking is very tight. There's not much on for Connor. It's one for Mason to chase with Monroe. Good defending there by Stuart Monroe. He's clearly frustrated that the throw has gone to Aberdeen. That'll be a very interesting tussle over on the far side. Paul Mason and Stuart Monroe. There's McKimmie with the throw. Nicholas shows himself inside. Here's Johnston now for Rangers. And some service there to Walters. Joyce makes the run. The covering player is Willie Miller. Miller turned out behind for the corner kick before he was bumped there by McCoy. He clearly thinks it was a foul, but the referee says corner kick it is.
It looks to me as if the referee and Willie Miller have fallen out somewhat, because that looked a foul against McCoy as far as I was concerned.
No, I don't know about that. Ian felt that the player played the ball first and went for the corner. An inevitable collision after that. But here's the corner from Trevor Stephen. Here's Walters. Stephen accepts another corner kick. A very important phase in the match as Rangers press for the opener. Richard Gough and Terry Butcher in the midst of things in the box. And Johnston going up unchallenged at the far post. Well, the angle was very tight indeed, but question marks here. Theo Snelders decided to leave that, and Johnston hit it against the post. David Robertson. Good play again by Jess, but he's hustled there by Wilkins. The tackle on the back is penalised. It's a free kick to Aberdeen. Well, the first touch of young Ian Jess is very impressive, isn't it?
Oh, it was delightful when he killed the ball, turned, and was on his way. And you know, I didn't think that Wilkins had done anything wrong either. I thought he slid in, got the ball. I think the referee at this particular point has been a little bit petty.
Smith, the referee, giving that free kick to Aberdeen. Here's Jim Bett. Stevens came to meet him. Grant now to Connor. A looping cross. Gough doing well as he slipped to get his head to the ball. And a free kick given to Aberdeen. The referee indicating foot up in a challenge there. Well, Ian Ferguson protesting bitterly about that. The referee will have a word with him, and this will end up in a marvellous opportunity for Aberdeen. But that infringement not at all clear. The referee spotted it instantly, and he indicated it was dangerous play with a foot being raised too high. So we'll see here what the infringement was. There was Ian Ferguson. He certainly appeared to be trying to play the ball. That's his complaint. But the referee has given the free kick, and an opportunity for a rehearsed move from Aberdeen. Moving the wall back the full 10 yards. Nichols is there, Connor is there, Bett is there. All of them have scored from free kicks outside the box. Here's Connor, lofting it in. The header from Mason. Aberdeen are ahead. 22 minutes of the first half gone. Paul Mason, the Aberdeen leading goal scorer, gives Aberdeen the lead. The ball breaking off the wall, a delightful ball in there from Connor. Mason getting up there with Monroe. Woods was caught in no man's land, and that's what has given Aberdeen the lead. Paul Mason's 7th goal of the season. Woods came and stopped, left himself stranded, and Mason took full advantage.
Well done, young Paul Mason, but you have to say that with poor defending by Rangers. I thought the goalkeeper might have come all the way and had a punch at it. Monroe was caught on his heels, and Mason just got a couple inches above him to nod it in.
So there's the scoreline. Aberdeen in the lead. Paul Mason the scorer, and that would certainly give a big travelling support from Liverpool. A lot of pleasure, because Paul Mason has a busload of fans up from his hometown of Liverpool to support him this afternoon. And they've seen him give his team the lead midway through the first half. Well, Aberdeen scarcely seen an attacking sense in the match up till that point. Made that attack count, and Rangers, of course, will be feeling even more aggrieved about the free kick decision against Ian Ferguson. Certainly developing into yet another humdinger, Ian.
Well, it's all set up now, you know. That's the first of the goals of the afternoon, and we'll see if Rangers can fight back, get on terms.
The Aberdeen fans delighted. Certainly entitled to be. First glimpse of goal in the match for Aberdeen, and Paul Mason took full advantage. So Charlie Nicholas has seen his team take the lead. He's still looking at his first goal of the season. He's certainly a big occasion player. There's Jim Bett. Now Grant. Into the gap there for Jess. And Richard Goff went all the way with him, and Goff thought the ball had carried over for the goal kick. The linesman on the spot disagreed. Cleared by McKimmie. McKimmie will certainly be thoroughly relieved because he's been involved in a couple of bits of hesitation inside his own box, which have not yet been punished, and he's also watched Paul Mason score the opener. Bett goes down, hustled by Johnston. Here's Connor. Now Nicholas. Tackled well by Goff. Connor hustling forward again and wins the throw off Stevens. Here's Jess. Bett back to Grant. On the far side, McKimmie. There's Mason with a return pass. These two developing a great understanding. McKimmie and Mason on the right for Aberdeen. And a bit of carelessness there from Ian Ferguson on the pass back. Corner kick it is to Aberdeen. So Wilkins on the post, on one post, Stephen on the other. Every Rangers player in the penalty area to defend. Here's Alec McLeish. Scored once already this season with a header. McLeish up well again. Played away by Johnston. Here's Grant. Delightful little chip. Dumped away by Butcher. Here's Bett. Aberdeen trying to keep the pressure on. McKimmie lofting it in. Gary Stevens should be able to deal with this. And Mo Johnston has found space. Holds off Jim Bett. Ferguson to Wilkins. What a superb match this is turning out to be once again. Here's Grant. In the middle of the field was Mason. Ferguson made the challenge, a good one. Monroe sends it back. Good play from Gary Stevens. The voice comes short for the pass. Couldn't control it. Well, Aberdeen undoubtedly have had the start they wanted very badly indeed. Put themselves back on the rails. They're looking to get in front early on. They've managed that. And they've carried lots of menace. On the odd occasion when they managed to get forward. Against McCoist, using an elbow in the challenge with Alec McLeish. Well, they're having a rare old tussle, these two international teammates, McCoist and McLeish. So McLeish himself will take this free kick. Came off the head of Stephen. Ian McCall and John Brown, the Rangers subs, running past Connor there to warm up. Johnston into the path of Ian Ferguson. That's a good ball to McCoist. Now Walters. Ferguson has continued the run. McCoist also is up. And Grant has done a good job so far on Walters, slowing down his progress. Well, now back to Wilkins, and Aberdeen now everyone back to face the ball. Walters with a cross. McCoist backing into Willie Miller. The referee has given a penalty kick. Well, that is quite remarkable. Quite remarkable. Let's see this again. The ball chipped in. Now watch McCoist backing in all the way to Willie Miller. Miller trying to play the ball, being pushed back all the time. Down goes McCoist. And the referee sees that as a penalty kick.
Well, if the referee sees it as a penalty, certainly I don't. I mean, you're right enough about backing in. He is backing into Willie Miller. But watch him there, he'll just fall down. mean, Miller's feet don't get anywhere near McCoy's feet, and he just fell down. That was a very, very innocuous thing there. I mean, why do referees give penalty kicks for that?
Well, not only is he giving a penalty kick, he's also going to take action here. One of the Aberdeen players has gone too far in his protest. It looks like Alex McLeish. Well, he's clearly irate about that. Look at the look of frustration on his face. Well, I really have to express some sympathy there for Aberdeen. It looked to me as though the referee was deceived totally by McCoist in the box. There's Adam McCoist. The penalty kick for Rangers. Mark Walters has a 100% record this season from the spot. He's scored 2 out of 2, so he's entrusted with the task of bringing Rangers back to level terms. The referee insisting that all players stay out of the box. Here goes Walters against Snelders. Rangers are back on level terms. 35 minutes gone. A beautifully taken penalty kick by Mark Walters, sending Snelders the wrong way, leaving him helpless. Well, penalties can scarcely be taken better than that. And Rangers are right back now on level terms. Mark Walters, the scorer. It's his 5th goal of the season. His 3rd from the penalty spot out of 3. And we can be sure Aberdeen will be harbouring a massive grievance about that. Well, Rangers fans coming to life. There is the scoreline. About 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Rangers 1, Aberdeen 1. As the Rangers fans now, we've had some reason to cheer. Goes Robertson. Golf heading clear. Ryan Grant is there. Controlled there by Ian Jess. He's on the turn. Rangers defenders appealing for handball. But Jess certainly doesn't look out of place in this company, that's for sure. Controlling the ball there, turning, looking for the shooting chance, keeping it low and just wide of the post. Looking for space, showing good awareness there. He knew where the goal was, just missed the target. A free kick against Alec McLeish for the challenge on Johnston. Goff with the free kick. McLeish winning it in commanding fashion. Back with Gary Stevens. The face of the crossbar. What an incredible shot that was from Stevens. Rangers still pressing forward toward the half-time whistle, looking for the lead. Willie Miller's header. There's McKimmie. Well, Mason inside for Grant. Grant still holding possession up for Mason. Down goes Mason. The culprit was Walters. Booked a moment to go. And guilty of a rash tackle there, but how close Rangers came with that incredible effort from Gary Stevens. Look at this. The speed beat Snelders. It came right off the face of the crossbar and came right out to the 18-yard line. Butcher intercepts easily. That pass intended for Nicholas. In goes Willie Miller. But the half-time whistle has gone before that challenge was made. Rangers and Aberdeen tied at 1 apiece. So McCoist going forward for Rangers. Here's Trevor Stephen and Wilkins. Stevens looking for McCoist. In goes David Robertson, and here's some space for Aberdeen to exploit with Ian Jess. Trying the pass toward Charlie Nicholas, and the referee has given a free kick for obstruction on Nicholas. Gary Stevens shielding his eyes against the sun. Very awkward sun for the moment for the defenders. In fact, it's not in the goalmouth area quite so much, so the goalkeepers may escape the worst of it. Chris Woods in particular. Here's Ryan Grant and now McKimmie. McLeish helps it on. Stuart Munro being left to his own devices by Chris Woods. Would have told him to play the ball to safety, so a throw it is to Aberdeen. Mason turning away from Munro, but guilty of a push to win that advantage, so a free kick is given to Rangers right on the goal line. Johnston worked tirelessly throughout that first half and no doubt do exactly the same again in the second period. Came very close to a goal, hitting the junction of the bar and the post in the first half. Johnston to Walters. Good tackle that by McKimmie. There's Munro. The high ball beats McLeish and McCoy's tried to set it up for Walters. Nicholas trying to hold off Butcher. He's won the ball from Ferguson in every way. Play on. Rangers look for a free kick. Here's Connor. David Robertson sprints past him. Connor comes inside using Grant. Accurate ball finds Mason. Coming in from the right is Jim Bett. This is great play from Aberdeen. And fine goalkeeping by Woods. He kept the ball in play, preventing a corner kick. Disappointing finish to that splendid move there from Jim Bett.
It was a tremendous move, marvellous play, a lovely ball by Mason. Actually, I thought Jim Bett had to knock the ball square there rather than have a go himself.
Here's Nicholas. Connor towards Jess. Stephen steps in. There's McLeish letting it back for Willie Miller. Remaining very calm as McCoy's pressurised him. That's a bad ball by McKimmie. Miller did well enough to force it forward. Wilkins into space for Ferguson. Over on the far side is Walters. Here's Johnston. Down it goes to Stephen. And a great save from Snelders. Brilliant build-up play from Rangers, and Theo Snelders brings off perhaps the best save of the match so far. Walters puts it across. Johnston cushions it down for Stephen, and a great diving save from Snelders. There's Terry Butcher, and the header saved well by Snelders. Scarcely a moment to breathe here at Hampden. The corner kick coming over. Butcher coming in, climbing well, nodding it down, and Snelders once again to Aberdeen's rescue. 1 hour gone in the Skol Cup final. Still all square at 1 goal each. Here goes Bett, testing the pace of Butcher. And Butcher did well, forcing Bett to hurry the cross. That does appear to be the ploy, though. You need to use Bett's pace on the right. Well, that would appear to be, and as I say, he's having a big impact in the game, Jim Bett. Controlled by Walters for Wilkins, and now it's Munro. Interception made by Mason. Here's Bett. Holding off Munro. Miller has Robertson breaking on the left. Good play from Robertson. Now Jess takes over. Looking for Paul Mason. Back to McKimmie. Trying to find Nicholas in the box. There's Butcher. Bett switching it again. Good play by Mason. Great play by Paul Mason. And a terrific recovery challenge made inside the penalty area by Stuart Munro. Colin getting back for Aberdeen. Munro still on the ground inside his own penalty area. It was a magnificent piece of defending by Munro. This was great play by Aberdeen. Bett lofting it to Mason. Look at the control here, going inside Stephen. Trying a left foot shot, and it was Munro at full stretch who blocked it, then took a boot around here. And there's the change being made by Rangers. player coming off is the Rangers goal scorer from the penalty spot, Mark Walters. He goes off to be replaced by former Dunfermline Athletic player Ian McCall, on familiar territory here at Hampden Park. He played for Queen's Park before going to Dunfermline. He's the player who turned the match against Dundee United in the league last week. Earned him a place in the 13 for this afternoon's match. Leash with a high ball, looking for Connor. It's won well by Stevens. There's McCall, well tackled by Robertson. This is Nicholas. Looks up, a run is made there by Bett, like he's making space for Mason. Delicate little chip, one there by Ferguson inside the box to give Aberdeen the corner kick. 20 minutes of the match remaining, still tied at 1 goal apiece. Blood stained there, that bandage on Richard Goff. Well headed away by Goff again under pressure. There goes McCoist. Down he goes, a collision with Bett. Free kick's been given. And Bett not looking too impressed. Jim Bett won a winner's medal in 1981 playing for Rangers. Now trying to do the same in Aberdeen colours. Stevens for Rangers. Ferguson has found space in midfield. A hopeful ball towards McCall. David Robertson had that covered. Giving it straight back to Wilkins. Here's Johnston, now Stephen. Johnston available on the left, McCoist on the right. There's Johnston, the great ball across, and there's Willie Miller. Well, he's been doing that for so many years, Willie Miller. He's a winner's medal for Aberdeen in 1976. Been around a long time. He did well here on this cross from Johnston, nodding it behind for the corner. Well, with 2 winners' medals, 1976 and 1985. There's Stephen. Up goes Butcher. Johnston tried to turn that on target. Rangers keep the pressure on. It's a throw on the near side. Butcher will stay up.
You feel that Rangers can score from one of these long balls into the box. That appears to me to really be the only danger.
Here's McCall. Clever Stephen making for the byline and winning the corner off Alec McLeish.
I think Terry Butcher's presence up there, along with Richard Goff, is a bit unsettling, and I think they're just getting the better of the aerial stuff in the penalty areas.
Clever Stephen on the corner. Up goes Butcher again. Ryan Grant had to play that. Stephen would have kept it in play. Back with Wilkins. Aberdeen now pushing out of the box. Great pass that from McLeish. First time to Jess. Going inside Stevens and crowded out now. Ferguson and Butcher both back. Not quite enough support there for Ian Jess when he got that pass from McLeish. The offside flag is up. McCoist out on his own up front. They're carrying the damage inflicted against Dundee United 8 days ago. So Willie Miller with a free kick. Instructions coming from the Aberdeen dugout. It's well won by Monroe. There's Stephen. Stephen operating on the left with McCall on the right. The tackle was made by Bett. He looks hopefully for the throw and doesn't get it. Stephen trying to hold off Mason. Now using Goff at the back. Cross it goes to Stevens. He has lots of space to work in. Here's Ian Ferguson. Now McCall. Johnson with the layoff. Here's Stephen. Back it goes to McCall. And Connor tidying up for Aberdeen. That pass finds Ray Wilkins. Here's McCall, a chance to attack Robertson. Good goalkeeping again. Powerful header by Butcher, coming straight to David Robertson. So there goes the challenge from Miller. Butcher wins it. Good play by Butcher. He's tackled well by Mason. Ball is out of play, and a throw on the far side to Rangers. Gary Stevens now with a throw. Chested down by McCoist to Stephen. There goes Johnston. It's great play by Johnston. Fine control. Now McCoist. Corner is there. There's David Robertson under pressure from McCoist. Up goes Bet. And a foot up against Ian Ferguson. Well, that's how Aberdeen got their opening goal. A free kick against Ian Ferguson for lifting his boot too high, which resulted in Paul Mason's opener in 22 minutes. Equalised by Mark Walters. Penalty in 35. An extra time looming now, looking more and more likely with each passing second. Just over a minute remaining now in the 90 minutes. Back it goes from Stevens now. Both sets of players, I think, very anxious about making an error in these closing seconds. Corner judging that well again. Van der Ark chasing Stevens. Headed on by Stephen. There's Willie Miller. Goff going up, easing the header towards Stevens. One for McCoist to chase. And McCoist making a dramatic dive there. Willie Miller telling the referee that, but he already made up his mind. So a throw it is to Rangers rather than the free kick McCoist was playing for. There's Stephen. Going away from Connor. Running into Bet, or Mason rather, who made a fine tackle. The referee's given the free kick. And this may be the last opportunity in the 90 minutes for the match to be won. A free kick to Rangers. 25 yards out. Build-up of noise from the Rangers fans, sensing the possibility of victory in the last few seconds. Now Ian Ferguson has an almighty finish in his right boot, and he may be the player to try to test Theo Snelders. Well, we've seen Ferguson's power many times before. He's going to have another go. The wall will have to be brave. Wow, what a tremendous let-off for Aberdeen. Snelders couldn't hold it. The shot was so powerful, thundering through the gap there. Snelders with his body behind it, couldn't hold it, but he got help from Van der Ark. Well, that shows the power in the save. Van der Ark doing well in defence. His ball's in the box again. Van der Ark defending. Ferguson forward. There's Johnston. And almost the winner in the most dramatic circumstances, right on the whistle. Van der Ark here heading clear, then attacking Ian Ferguson, who's brave enough to head it forward. There was Johnston with a hook shot, wide of the target. And there goes the final whistle. We're going to extra time. Referee George Smith checking with his linesman. It's Rangers who will restart the match. Playing from left to right. There's Wilkins and McCall on the far side. Rangers still have John Brown available, and Aberdeen still have Brian Irvin, who could come on to freshen things up before the end. Here goes Mason and Nicholas, back with Bet. Near side is Robertson. Playing it in towards Nicholas. Robertson keep coming forward still. David Robertson going all the way himself. Well, he finished off on his weaker foot, the right, which is unlucky for Aberdeen, but a powerful run from the youngster.
Yeah, I like to see defenders jock it, go and continue the attack, you know, when they play a ball to follow it in, and that's exactly what Robertson did there. And in fact, ended up with a very good chance, and it was a bit of a miscue, the final shot, but a chance nonetheless.
Here's Trevor Stephen with Gary Stevens behind. McCoist going there with McLeish, and a bit of elbowing being done by McCoist. The linesman indicating that to the referee.
You know, McCoist has been booked already, and he could get booked for persistent fouling, Jock, because you made a point earlier that most of the fouls at the moment when Rangers attack seem to be around McCoist.
Butcher getting up well with Van der Ark. There's Mason. Now Jess trying to turn away from Monroe, keeping his balance well. That's one of the features of this young man's plays. So well balanced in possession. The throw to Aberdeen. McCall was unhappy about that verdict. Mason choosing his strength on Ferguson. Still in the first period of extra time here at Hampden. It's still 1 each between Rangers and Aberdeen as McKimmie hits the byline. Just challenging. There's Monroe, dumping it clear. Robertson controls it, sending it back in. Just holding off Monroe to allow McKimmie to come forward. There goes Van der Ark. Well, Goff did very well indeed. He went bravely with Van der Ark. Took the sting out of that effort from Van der Ark, and now the referee is holding up play to allow attention to the Rangers central defender. Good play this. Jess making sure the ball could reach Stuart McKimmie, and McKimmie now sending over the cross for Van der Ark. Goff was challenging. That's why he got no power in the header. So just 2 minutes remaining in the first period of extra time as David Robertson launches the long throw into the box. Van der Ark got a touch. There's Nicholas. It's back to Mason. 2-1 to Aberdeen. Jockey Scott on the track. And the long throw did all the damage. David Robertson launching that ball, and Van der Ark gets a vital touch on. Nicholas tees it up there for Mason, and he drills home the goal, which puts Aberdeen ahead. Great head flick on, great play here from Nicholas. Mason hovering, drilling the ball past Woods, who had no chance at all. The free kick to Aberdeen, and Alec McLeish, you can be sure, will be in no great hurry to take this, with Aberdeen leading by 2-1. Looking for Van der Ark. Won it well again. There goes Nicholas with Goff. That's well enough. Wilkins takes no chances. McLeish with the layoff again to Bet. Bet's in trouble. Here's Mo Johnston. Thought about a shot, and they elected to use Wilkins on the right. Here's McCoist. And Snelders pulls off the save of the match. Quite outstanding goalkeeping from Theo Snelders. Johnston out to Wilkins. A great ball in here. McCoist to the head flick on, and what a save from Snelders. Corner kick. And Aberdeen will be delighted about that in view of the effort made by McCoist. There goes Snelders again. Goff went down and the ball was in mid-air, and some protests from the Rangers fans. Well, Richard Goff certainly looking as though he's been through the mill. Van der Ark with Goff. Nicholas goes in behind. Good control. May try this himself. Back it goes again to Mason. Down to Van der Ark. And a fine save from Woods. Well, Chris Woods emulating Theo Snelders at the other end. Charlie Nicholas here looking up, setting things up for Paul Mason. Now, I think this wasn't quite what Mason intended, but he made it into a good move eventually with a header on. Van der Ark with a shot, well saved by Woods. That will surely have tied the match up. Still very much in the melting pot. There's Connor at the corner. Up goes David Robertson. Stuart Monroe's header out. Reaches Jess. Leaning back when he snatched at the shot. So in the director's box there, top right in the picture, Graham Souness with Walter Smith beside him. David Murray a couple of rows further forward. There's Monroe. And Trevor Stephen. That's a fine left foot cross. Up goes Ferguson, there's Butcher, now Johnston. And deflected for the corner kick. Johnston looking for a penalty for handball, but there's no way in which any defender could have played that deliberately. Great ball this from Stephen, pulling it back from the byline left-footed. Headed by Ferguson, set up by Butcher for Johnston, and deflected for the corner. Here's Trevor Stephen. Up goes Butcher. There's Johnston, he couldn't get a touch. Well, Terry Butcher caused all the problems there. Just look at the chance here he creates for Johnston, who couldn't make contact, and it's a fine save by Snelders. Well, could this be Rangers' last clear chance? Johnston so deadly normally in the 6-yard box. So back from Wilkins to Monroe, and then Woods has to be the long ball forward. Butcher has stayed in the centre forward position. There it goes. Irvin gives chase, but there's Johnston down to McCall. Time the enemy for Rangers. Here's Wilkins. And the cross is too long. Snelders wins it well, and it's Butcher who goes careering into the post. No damage done, fortunately. And there goes the final whistle. Rangers lose in the last part of extra time. It's Aberdeen the winners by 2-1. John McKenzie, the managing director of the Alloa Brewery Company Limited, presents the Skol Cup to Willie Miller. Jack Steedman, the league president, there with his wife, presenting the medals. There's Willie Miller. For the third time he's won the League Cup. The loser twice in a row against Rangers. The first time in 5 finals against Rangers that Aberdeen have been victorious in the League Cup final. The Skol Cup winners are Aberdeen, with Alex Smith, the manager, smiling happily. It's his first trophy in charge at Aberdeen.